Hi, my name is Lori Murphy, and I'm the director of the Stronghouse Adult Day Center in Madison, Connecticut. We're located at 546 Durham Road. Here at the Stronghouse, we provide weekday activities, stimulation, and health care for older adults with memory or physical impairments. We also try to support the caregivers and family members as much as possible. We're pleased to introduce the first of our Fireside Chats, designed to share tips and tools with our caregivers to make life a little bit easier. Tonight we are fortunate to have Mary Jane Fegan, a physical therapist and owner of Rehab Concepts in Guilford. She is going to demonstrate how someone with mobility issues can get around a little bit easier. She'll also be working with Maureen Talarczyk, who is a rec aide at the Stronghouse, and she will be acting as the patient. So thank you, enjoy the program, and here's Mary Jane.
Thank you, Lori. Hi everyone, I'm Mary Jane Fegan from Rehab Concepts. I'm a physical therapist, and I'm happy to be at the Stronghouse today for the Fireside Chat. The goal of this presentation is to help caregivers learn how to safely transfer their loved ones and to and from a variety of positions and surfaces. In order to perform a safe transfer with an individual, you will need to keep several principles in mind. You should always plan ahead and take time to prepare for the transfer. You need to continually communicate with the individual being transferred so they know what you are doing and what they are expected to do. It is very important to use proper body mechanics when transferring so you don't get hurt. And whenever possible, use mobility aids. They can make transferring safer and easier. For instance, I always use a safety belt. It is also crucial that you know your limitations and avoid risky situations so you or the individual being transferred avoid injury. Make sure you ask for help when necessary. Planning ahead is an important step in safely transferring your loved one. Make sure you have any items you need within reach. For example, clothes, shoes, their assistive device, or any mobility aids that you might use. Make sure you give yourself enough time so you don't have to rush. Prepare the environment so it is free of clutter and easy to maneuver. It is also very important to communicate with the individual. Explain each step to the person you are transferring so they know what is going to happen. Make sure they understand you so you are on the same page. Count to 3 to coordinate the start of the transfer. Encourage the individual to do as much as they can to help with the transfer. It is very important for you to use good body mechanics. You should always keep these basic principles in mind. Wear low-heeled, non-skid shoes. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart for a good base of support. Engage your abdominal muscles and keep your back straight to prevent straining your back. Use your legs by bending your knees and your hips. Keep the person close to you whenever you are transferring them. And whenever possible, you should push instead of pull. It is very important to bend at your hips and knees, not your back, and to move your feet instead of twisting your body. There are many types of mobility aids that can make your transfers easier. Here are a few suggestions. Always use a safety belt, sliding boards for people who have very little to no leg strength. You can raise your recliner chairs by putting them on boost platforms. Pub benches, toilet seats, all of these items can make transfers easier. One mobility aid that I like to use is a transfer belt, safety belt, or gait belt. What you need to do is place the gait belt around the individual's waist, lock it, tighten it so it's secure, and take the extra loop and just put it through so it's out of your way. And you're going to use the safety belt to help with the transfer so that you don't have to tug and pull on the individual. Another mobility aid that you might like to use would be a transfer or sliding board. We use these with people who do not have good leg strength. And basically all you do is place the sliding board underneath the individual's fanny, and then they just basically slide across until they're in the chair. You would do it from a wheelchair to wheelchair or bed to wheelchair. So now I'm going to show you a sit-to-stand transfer. I've already made sure that the environment is set up and ready for us, so I've planned ahead. Now I'm going to tell Maureen what we're going to be doing. On the count of 3, we're going to stand up. I'm going to have you push off with your hands on the armrests of the wheelchair. And then when you come up into standing, you can hold on to your cane. Okay, Maureen? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. My legs are shoulder width apart. I bend at my knees and my hips, and I assist the individual up into standing, making sure they're secure and they have their balance. Now we're going to show how Maureen is going to sit from the standing position. Okay? What you're going to do is make sure that the back of her knees are touching the wheelchair before she actually sits. So Maureen, you're going to step back. You feel the chair behind your knees? Yes. Now you're going to reach back with your hand for the armrest of the chair. Keep reaching, and I'm bending my knees, and you can sit slowly. Reach with your left hand. So now I'm going to demonstrate a stand pivot transfer, and we're going to have Maureen transfer to the recliner chair. First thing I need to do is plan ahead and set everything up. I'm going to get the leg rests out of the way. Make sure the wheelchair is locked. She has her safety belt on, it's tight and secure. I'm going to set up the chair at a 90-degree angle. And then I'm going to have Maureen come up into standing on the count of 3. Okay, Maureen, are you ready? Yes. On the count of 3, you're going to push with your arms and come up into standing. My feet are shoulder width apart. I'm bending at my hips and my knees, and my back is straight. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I shift my weight backward and straighten my knees to help lift Maureen up. Now, Maureen, what you're going to do is you're going to take little steps until you feel the back of your knees touch the chair. Ready? Holding the safety belt, and we're turning our feet. Good. Then you can reach back and sit down slowly. I bend my legs to help Maureen lower down smoothly. Then she's going to scoot back. And then make sure she's secure in the chair. Now I'm going to help Maureen get out of bed. We're going to assist Maureen as much as she needs, but we're going to try to have her do as much as she can. So what we're going to do, Maureen, is you're going to slide your legs over to the edge of the bed. Now I'm going to help you. I'm going to reach behind her shoulders, bend my hips and knees, help her slide her legs, and help her come up into sitting. Now we're going to help Maureen get back into bed. I'm going to hold her behind her shoulder blades and support her. And I'm going to separate my feet, bend at my hips, help her bring her legs over, and then lie back down, allowing her to do as much as she can. Toilet transfers, tub transfers, and car transfers are basically stand pivot transfers with a few nuances. For a toilet transfer, you will need to position the locked wheelchair facing the toilet at a slight angle. You then perform a stand pivot from the wheelchair to the toilet. Keep the floor dry and clean so the individual doesn't slip. The individual's feet must touch the ground when they sit on the toilet seat. For a tub transfer, you will want to position the locked wheelchair parallel to the tub. Remove leg rests and arm rests nearest to the tub. Lock the wheelchair. Perform your stand pivot transfer. Have them sit on the tub bench. Place one arm around the loved one's shoulders and the other arm under the knees if needed. Pivot the person while assisting their legs to face forward on the tub bench. For a car transfer, position the locked wheelchair parallel to the car. Perform the stand pivot transfer until the patient turns to the edge of the car seat. Watch out for the individual's head as they go to sit down so they don't hit their head on the door jamb. Place one arm around the person's shoulders and the other arm under their legs. In one motion, pivot their legs onto the floorboard of the car. If the individual requires minimal assistance, you can stand behind the person when transferring. If they require more assistance, you will stand in front of the person. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate the sit-to-stand transfer with an individual who requires a bit more assist. You're going to come to the front of the individual, shoulder width apart with your feet, bending with your hips and knees. I've already prepped the area. I've moved the leg rest and locked the brakes, and Maureen has her safety belt intact. All right, so now we're going to count to 3. On the count of 3, Maureen, you're going to push up into standing. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to straighten my legs, and the cane is set and ready for Maureen to hold on to. Now she's going to reach back on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And you can lower slowly down. I'm helping her lower. My knees are bent, my hips are bent, but my back is straight. Here are a few additional tips to help you perform safer transfers. For added back support, consider wearing a low back corset or lumbar belt. Wear the proper shoes with low heels, non-slip soles, and make sure they have backs. Have the patient help as best they can. And remember to use mechanical devices if the person is too difficult to manage on your own. Caregivers are at risk for injury, fatigue, and burnout. While you are caring for someone, it is also important to take care of yourself. Try to plan out your day so you are not rushing. Use proper body mechanics when performing transfers. And know your limits. Get help if you need it, and delegate tasks. I hope this helps you transfer safely.
Thanks so much, Mary Jane and Maureen. Even after 30 years of nursing, I still learned a lot tonight. For more information on the topic, you can call Mary Jane Fegan at Rehab Concepts at 203-458-6268. Caring for caregivers is important to us at the Strong House. Please stop in or call and visit our facility. You can find out more about the Strong House by visiting our website at stronghousect.org. Thank you.